Guys, look at this. What is this? Is this a boat? Is that a yacht? That's an odd looking boat. What is this? It looks expensive though. Early in the morning I'm going for my walk and you can already hear the chicharras, like we say in Espanol. We're expecting another very, very warm day. You guys here are swimming. Check it out. The audio is probably terrible because it's windy. And I'm just here improvising or recording a very spontaneous vlog early in the morning. I'm planning to spend the rest of the day locked indoors doing some work because it's gonna be a very, very hot day. If I'm moving a little bit funny as I record this type of vlogs, because I'm doing this with my smartphone, if I move all of a sudden from one point to another, it's because I'm trying to avoid the air going inside the microphone of the smartphone. This is a YouTuber's secret when it comes down to recording with your smartphone and get the best quality audio that you can get. Plenty of outdoor activities is very important for me. If you've been following this channel, you know that I like to record my vlogs outdoors, especially when I'm going for my walks, for my hikes, and I just try to share this with you. This vlog is no exception. A lot of you guys have mentioned about how is Greece in the winter, or how is it here where I live in the winter time. And I will get to that whenever winter comes. I will certainly be documenting my life here in Greece in the winter time, so you can see how it is and how I live here in Greece when it's winter time. Obviously, depending on where you live here in Greece, winter is going to have different vibes, right? But here where I'm located in the Peloponnese, we have a certain type of winter. And there are many villages and many places to go in the winter time around here, and I will certainly share that with you. There's people that swim all year round. Actually, I haven't done that yet. The water gets too cold in the winter time for me anyway, for myself. So it's still something that I haven't experimented with. Maybe this year will be the first year. I don't know. Maybe I'll document that. Swimming all year round, meaning swimming all the way through autumn and then in the winter time as well. Mind having one of those, you know. I've never been a boat guy, but since I live here in Greece, it would be nice to have one. Just go around. What do you think? Would be great for doing some vlogs. Some of you have asked what type of equipment I use to record my vlogs. And I use two types of cameras. One is the GoPro, and the second one is my iPhone. Really, with an iPhone or a smartphone, you can just record a YouTube video. One of the main things that people overlooked when doing YouTube videos, even though this is not a channel about how to make YouTube videos, but since you're asking, but one of the things that is very overlooked is the audio. And that's one of the main concerns. I don't have any microphone attached to my smartphone, so I still record some of my vlogs like this. Sometimes I'm not planning to do a vlog. Sometimes I'm just going for a walk. Today's a very clear example of this. And, but because smartphones are so good nowadays, you can just pull it out and start recording. And I try to be as spontaneous as possible and act in the moment if I have an idea. It could be a bad idea or it could be a good idea. I apply that philosophy to life in general with certain things, okay? There's a lot of things that sometimes we have in front of us in life. Sometimes we have an opportunity, an idea, especially ideas, and we don't act because we're overthinking too much. Sometimes we have doubts about ourselves, about not having the right information, the right equipment, not having the right tools in order to move forward in life. You can apply this to anything. And the biggest mistakes that we can do is to actually wait or just sleep on that idea. Once you have that idea, whatever it is, especially if it's a creative idea, you need to act immediately, okay? Because otherwise it just loses the momentum. And I have found that to be true in my life. There are certain things in life, of course, that you cannot just act upon an idea or an impulse, all right? Don't try to take this out of context. I'm just using the analogy here of recording a vlog or being creative in some shape or form in order for you to take action and start something, start the process of creating something that was not there before. And yes, choosing a particular lifestyle comes from a creative idea, all right? My lifestyle of living close to the sea, trying to bring it down to reality or to a more tangible concept. My idea and my goal of living close to the sea was certainly first an idea, a thought, a daydream. And I will see what others were doing in terms of lifestyle. I am a musician, okay? So my background is in music. So whenever I see musicians or people that, that I follow, famous people even, and I will see their lifestyle, that it will be, close to the sea, I will get inspired. And I'll say, can I live this type of lifestyle, right? Without being famous, because you can live like a movie star or like a rock star, for that matter, without being one, which is my whole philosophy of life. I could live like a rock star right now without being one, all right? I'll give you an example. Back in the day, I went to Spain one time. I went to Spain to Barcelona with my wife. We were living in England. And we went to visit. It was the first time I went to Spain. The first time I was in Spain. And I bought this DVD. I'm dating myself now. Back in the day when there were DVDs. This is early 2000s. And I bought a DVD of Paco de Lucia. It was a documentary. It was two DVD, actually. It was a great documentary / concert. But the documentary was about Paco de Lucia, the flamenco guitar player, for those of you who might not know who Paco de Lucia is. And I am a guitar player, so I'm a big fan. But this documentary was showing Paco de Lucia in his home in Mexico. So he has a home in Mexico, or he had a home because he passed away now. But in that documentary, I can see Paco de Lucia practicing the guitar and living close to the sea in Mexico. And this is way before YouTube, by the way, this documentary. And because I'm a sucker for videos and for behind the scenes and all of these things, this was right what I wanted to see of somebody like Paco de Lucia, because it's like, an intimate portrait of his life, right? So the guy is practicing the guitar, and one of the main themes of the whole documentary is the guy walking with his guitar by the beach. And I just thought to myself, that is such a cool thing. An old man holding a guitar in his hand. Obviously, he's probably the most famous guitar player, flamenco guitar player in the world, but he's walking barefoot in a sandy beach with his guitar. And that's an image that always have fascinated me, right? Because we're always projecting ourselves into the future. We're always trying to aim for that dream life. And that's back in 2002, I believe it was, okay? Way back. That's many, many years ago. So obviously, when me and my wife, we went back to England, and I'm watching these images while living in, rainy London with my wife, and I'm watching these images of Paco de Lucia practicing the guitar and living that beach life, going for swims. He was deep into fishing, so he will spend, plenty of time in Mexico fishing. And I love that idea of being a musician and being close to the sea and enjoying that lifestyle. That's one example, okay? Another example is a musician that comes to mind that had that same lifestyle or has that same lifestyle is Lenny Kravitz. And I just saw a video of him quite recent. That's why I still have it here fresh in my mind. Lenny Kravitz has a place in the Bahamas. I believe it's the Bahamas. And it's such a cool life, right? Like just being around, obviously you're Lenny Kravitz, right? And going around the Bahamas, you have a recording studio there. He's playing like barefoot, recording, his music. And then he goes for a swim. He's outdoors. And I thought to myself, that's a really good lifestyle. I want that. Music, the sea, the sun, outdoors. I wanna pursue that as a lifestyle. Another person that comes to mind as I am talking to you and as I am improvising here with this vlog is Robbie Draco Rosa. Now, Robbie Draco Rosa is, for those of you who don't know, he's a singer of a famous boy band back in the 80s called Menudo. And he's the person who wrote songs or has written songs for Ricky Martin, okay? Maria, Living La Vida Loca, just to name a few. And I'm a big fan of his work. Okay, I don't necessarily like Ricky Martin, but he's from Puerto Rico, okay? These people are from Puerto Rico, or at least Robbie Draco Rosa. I don't know about Ricky Martin, but I'm guessing that he's from Puerto Rico as well. But Robbie Draco Rosa, he's from Puerto Rico, and he plays, instruments, like Lenny Kravitz, for example, many instruments. And he has that lifestyle of, living close to the sea. There are a few of his videos of him in his ranch or whatever. And he's an entrepreneur as well. Not only he's a songwriter and he has his own music and writes lyrics and songs for other people, famous people like Ricky Martin, but as well he has his own products. He has his own coffee brand, for example. He has certain things going on in Puerto Rico when it comes down to his personal brand. But again, it goes back to that idea of being an artist, being a creative person, and combining that lifestyle with the sea. And I'm just mentioning this few artists here because I wanted to attain that. And I'm still pursuing certain levels of refinement when it comes down to that lifestyle. What do I mean by that? Well, because I work for myself and because I work from home and I do videos, I like to create content, I like to make music, I like to be outdoors, I like to live in this beautiful place. I'm always trying to refine that. And I'm thinking like, well, wouldn't it be cool to have at some point like a small boat, I don't know, or a catamaran. I believe that's what it's called. I don't know how they call it in English, but I believe it's a catamaran at one point. And I'm just envisioning myself of me being in one of those things. I don't even know how to drive a boat or how to ride a boat. I'll have to learn. But just this idea of like, would it be cool to record a video on one of those things and have my guitar and just hang out there when it's summertime with my family? This is what I want to bring it up, down to when it comes to what I'm saying here, that we all have goals and dreams. We all have ideas, and it's our job to see how can we make them happen. But we need inspiration. I need inspiration. I need to have people that I look up to that I can actually just like, oh, that's cool. I like what they're doing over there. How can I have that into my own reality, into my own life? Like the people that I've been mentioning here, And I always had that dream, that goal, especially when I was living in England, that the scenery is so different in England, and London specifically. And even though I had a very, very happy life in London, I wanted to achieve that vision, that goal, that dream of going for a swim, combining, my creativity with this, and obviously try to fit all the pieces together in terms of how am I going to earn a living, how can I be happy, how can I raise my family, and now I'm in on a stage, or I'm in this stage of life of how can I share that with others. Okay, I still haven't arrived completely. I'm still in the process of achieving certain goals and dreams, but there's no need to wait. I don't need to wait until I make it in order to share it here with you. So for example, if I wanted to buy a boat or something like that, then I drop it out there into the ether, share it here with you, and maybe that will be something that I can document and say like, oh, look, I bought a boat now, right? That's just an example. I'm not buying a boat anytime soon, to be quite honest with you. But we could probably look back and say like, oh, I did a video about that at one point. I was just going for my walk. I saw this crazy ass boat. And then, I saw these other boats, which are a little bit more down to earth, I guess. And wouldn't it be nice to just have this idea of like, wouldn't it be cool to be, instead of me walking this path like I usually do, maybe one day be on a boat, playing the guitar, recording a video. That'll be cool. That's a daydream right there. But with that daydream, I get excited. I'm thinking about things that makes me happy. And I'm just pumping myself up and just, playing around with connections of things, right? I'm creating a vlog. I'm talking about music. I'm talking about things that are important to me, and try to make something good out of nothing. Because if I don't pull my phone out, I wouldn't be making this video. And I just had this impulse. And maybe this is a bad video. Maybe this is a shit video that means nothing, right? I can't control the views. I can't control the YouTube algorithm. I mean, I can do a good job trying to position certain videos in certain ways with SEO, but at one point, you just have to act and create something and then just throw it out there. Okay? This type of vlogs tend to be very philosophical when they're early in the morning. I'm sure you have noticed this already. So I don't know if to ask for forgiveness for that or just ask for understanding. Maybe both. And this is it, I want to share more with you guys. That's my whole point. I tend to repeat myself quite a lot. I tend to talk in circles. I try to put together different concepts in a way that I can deliver this to you. And hopefully you can understand this. Hopefully it comes across as something that is positive and not negative. That's the whole concept. Kalimera. Good morning. Anyways, guys, sa Faristo para poli. Look how many people are swimming already, man. Arpanitia Beach, people already swimming. Papudas and Yayades mainly. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for the love and support. This is Faristo para poli. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Drop in the comment section where you're watching this video from. Thank you so much for the love and support. And I'll see you in another video.